Hi guys, today we are at the biggest national park in the Netherlands. It's called the Hoge Veluwe, and what I want to do here is just scout around the park for future trips and get an idea of what animals are here and what kind of nature scenes there are to shoot. So today what I wanted to do was go down this road. We're parked here at the moment. I'll just flip the screen around so I can see. So we're parked here and we follow this yellow road down here, and here you have 3 spots where you see stag heads, and they indicate that there's red deer observation points. So follow me and we'll go and see if we can photo some red deer. Fingers crossed. Now I just ran into, I think, 2 really extreme hobbyist wildlife videographers, and I told them that I was having trouble finding the observation points for the red deer, and they just laughed at me. They said, you know, you're a month too late. What do you think you're doing? So I just said, well, you know, this is the time I'm here, so I'd like to see something. And they gave me a handy tip to take another road through a forest, and there is a possibility that you might see some deer. So this area that I'm in now is a no-go according to the guys, and they seem to know their stuff. They've got a whole van set up for wildlife filming, so I think I'll take their advice and take this other road. Well, I'm at the place where the guys recommended, and unfortunately no animals. However, I shouldn't be surprised. It is middle of the day. Very professional of me. And it's also past the peak rut, also for the mouflon. I also forgot to mention that there's wild boar here as well. So if you pick your time and get lucky, you can see all of those animals. But I think actually why this place is so important for the Dutch is because it's just so wide and open in some areas, and the Netherlands being so crowded, you know, basically if there weren't any animals here, I don't think the Dutch would mind too much, just because there's so much space and peace. And the more I stop searching and just appreciate the landscape around me, the more I'm enjoying it. And if you stop rushing and smell the old heather, it makes it all worth it, even if you don't see any animals. Well, we've just gone down a track, and I thought it was an observation point, but it wasn't, so I went down a dead end virtually. But as you've probably seen from the film, it's a pretty grey old day with a lot of low cloud and mist. Photographically not optimal, but I'll keep going, and you never know what might pop up. I've had a bit of luck, and I've come to this, I think it's an old hunting chair that's elevated so you can get a bit better look over the field. And I thought I saw something that looked like an animal about a kilometre away. And when I zoomed this little Panasonic in on the objects, it turned out to be a group of 4 red stags, like mature red stags with big racks. And they're just pretty much chilling out. They know I'm here, they're looking at me, but they're not too worried. You can tell the rut is really over now because the stags have separated from the does or the hinds, and you know, the guys are just hanging out with each other and recovering, I guess, and preparing for the winter. So we had a bit of luck. I didn't expect to see that. It just goes to show that if you keep going and try a couple of different things and enjoy yourself, you know, it might turn out for you. Basically, I'd given up on seeing any wildlife at all, and this just turned up out of the blue, so it's a nice surprise. Just another tip that I realised that helped me pick up those deer so far away, it wasn't so much the shape of them, it was more the movement. So often if you're out in the bush or in the nature and you do see movement, then chances are it's you know, an animal, because what else could it be? It might be another human, but out in the middle of the field where there's no tracks, I don't think so. So just seeing a bit of movement and the shade being a bit different from the background, that helped me pick it out from such a long distance. I couldn't resist just stopping here, and I noticed there's a dead tree with some huge, I think I'm not quite sure what kind of fungus they're called, but they're pretty big. And also just looking at those autumn colours, just really beautiful. So I thought I'd stop here and see what kind of stock photos I could get. Okay, so we came down this road and then we took this right into that big wide area, and now I think we're right here at the T-junction, and then I think I'm gonna come down this way down to Kemperweg, as they say in Dutch, and just see what's around here. It's about 3 o'clock, so I've got a fair bit of time, so I'll just have a look around this area and then we'll come all the way back up again and maybe check out the northern part of the Veluwe if we have time. So that's the plan. Well, I was just coming down this road and I looked to my left and I saw like a field of long golden grass. And the way the sun is angled at the moment, it's kind of illuminating the grass. And right about 100 meters away is a single pine tree. So I thought that would make a good landscape composition. Just the way the light's playing out, and you've got that lone tree in the horizon. So we'll have a shot at it. Well, I'll just make this quick because the light is really going off at the moment. I've had a bit of luck, and there's a group of red stags in a field about half a kilometre away. And I was just driving down the road. I thought there was nothing more to do. The light had gone. Excuse me. It was grey, you know. It was a good day, but I didn't really see too much. But out of nowhere, I just saw a group of people with tele lenses, and they were looking at a bunch of red deer with two really large red stags, like in charge of the harem, or maybe one in charge and one hanging off, trying his luck. It's pretty late in the season, and I didn't expect to see still a group of does being rounded up by a stag. There wasn't any fighting. It was just a lot of prancing around, a bit of bellowing and stuff. Really had some luck, and I found a good spot for looking at the stags fighting next year in September, so I'm really keen to come back. I think we'll call that a day for now. So it was good fun, saw lots of things, and I'm really looking forward to coming back here during the rut next year. And right now the light's really cracking off, and they're silhouetting the stags against the sun, so I'm just going to go out there and take some more pics. See you!